On August 10, 2024, a large demonstration is planned in front of the hotel where Cameroonian President Paul Biya is staying in Switzerland. This demonstration follows the controversial presence of Biya and his suite in a luxury hotel in Geneva. The demonstrators have several objectives, including the return of Biya to Cameroon and the release of opponent v0ice, alias Ramon Cotta. This video will analyze in detail the challenges of this event and its implications for Cameroon and the Cameroonian diaspora. The text announces a major demonstration planned for August 10, 2024 in front of the Intercontinental Hotel in Geneva, where Cameroonian President Paul Biya is currently staying. This demonstration is organized by several platforms of the Cameroonian diaspora, which are protesting against the presence of Biya in this luxury hotel in Switzerland. The text indicates that a storm is rising against Biya and his entourage highlighting the scale and intensity of discontent with the Cameroonian president. Protesters give Biya a 24-hour ultimatum to leave the presidential suite he occupies at the Intercontinental Hotel. The two main objectives of the event are: 1. Ask Biya to return to Cameroon. The demonstrators seem to consider that Biya has no place in Switzerland and that he should rather be in Cameroon, his country. 2. Demand the release of v0ice, aka Ramon Cotta, an imprisoned political opponent. The demonstrators took advantage of Biya's presence in Switzerland to put pressure on him regarding this political prisoner. It is interesting to note that this demonstration is not the only one planned, since the text mentions that another demonstration should take place on August 17 in front of the same Intercontinental Hotel. This demonstration on August 10, 2024 in Geneva takes place in a context of political tensions between the regime of Paul Biya and the Cameroonian opposition, in particular the diaspora. The demonstrators are taking advantage of Biya's presence in Switzerland to make their voices and demands heard, in particular the return of the president to Cameroon and the release of an imprisoned opponent. This mobilization illustrates the challenges facing the Biya regime, faced with a Cameroonian diaspora that is increasingly active and determined to make its concerns heard. Political context in Cameroon. Cameroon has been led since 1982 by President Paul Biya, who has remained in power despite numerous criticisms of the quality of democracy and respect for human rights under his regime. The Cameroonian political opposition, both inside and outside the country, regularly denounces the authoritarian excesses of the Biya regime and calls for political reforms. The very active Cameroonian diaspora plays an important role in the mobilization against Biya's government, particularly through demonstrations organized abroad. Challenges of the demonstration in Geneva. The August 10 demonstration aims to take advantage of Biya's presence in Switzerland to make the demands of the Cameroonian opposition heard on the international scene. By targeting the hotel where Biya is staying, the demonstrators seek to embarrass and put pressure on the president, forcing him to leave Switzerland quickly. The request for the release of v0ice, alias Ramon Cotta, an imprisoned opponent, shows that the demonstrators also want to address the issue of political prisoners in Cameroon. Beyond this demonstration, the diaspora is planning a second mobilization on August 17, which indicates a desire to maintain pressure on Biya. Implications and perspectives. This mobilization of the Cameroonian diaspora abroad illustrates the extent of discontent with the Biya regime, including among Cameroonians living outside the country. The capacity of the diaspora to quickly organize this type of large-scale demonstration shows its determination to influence the political situation in Cameroon. If Biya does not give in to protesters' demands, it could exacerbate tensions and strengthen the image of an increasingly isolated president, including on the international stage. In the longer term, this mobilization of the diaspora could contribute to further weakening the Biya regime and pave the way for political changes in Cameroon. In summary, this demonstration in Geneva takes place in a context of strong tensions between the Biya regime and the Cameroonian opposition, particularly the diaspora. The issues are both political, with Biya's request for return to Cameroon, and linked to human rights, with the release of an imprisoned opponent. This mobilization illustrates the capacity of the diaspora to influence the political situation in its country of origin. Okay, I can tell you more about the broader context of this political situation in Cameroon. Historical context. Cameroon gained its independence in 1960 after a long period of German and then French colonization. Since independence, the country has experienced an alternation of democratic and authoritarian regimes, with a predominance of central power. Paul Biya's coming to power in 1982, after the resignation of the first president Ahmadou Ahidjo, marked a turning point towards a more authoritarian regime. Current political situation. Under Biya's rule, political and civil liberties were gradually restricted, despite regular elections criticized for their lack of transparency. The political opposition has been marginalized and is regularly subject to repression, imprisonment and harassment. Separatist movements, particularly in English-speaking regions, have also been harshly repressed, fueling ethnic and regional tensions. Economic and social issues. Cameroon faces many economic challenges, with high poverty rates, high unemployment and persistent inequality. Foreign investment is struggling to materialize due to political instability and endemic corruption. Basic public services, health, education, infrastructure, suffer from a lack of funding and poor management. Role of the diaspora. The Cameroonian diaspora, estimated at several million people, plays a growing role in the country's political and social debates. Based abroad, she benefits from greater freedom of expression and action to criticize the Biya regime and support the opposition. Its regular mobilizations, notably through demonstrations like that of Geneva, contribute to maintaining international pressure on the government. In conclusion, the political situation in Cameroon remains very tense, with Biya's regime increasingly contested both inside and outside the country. The mobilization of the diaspora, combined with economic and social challenges, could ultimately further weaken the power in place and pave the way for political changes. Here is an overview of the main opposition parties in Cameroon at the moment. 1. Movement for the Renaissance of Cameroon, MRC. Founded in 2012 by former Minister Maurice Kamto. Main opposition party openly criticizing Paul Biya's regime. Calls for democratic reforms and political alternation. Participated in the last presidential elections of 2018. 2. Union of Populations of Cameroon, UPC. Historic opposition party, founded in 1948 during the colonial period. Long banned, it was legalized again in 1991. Represents the interest of the English-speaking populations of Cameroon. Advocates unity and decentralization of the country. 3. Social Democratic Front, SDF. Founded in 1990, it is one of the oldest opposition parties. Historically rooted in English-speaking regions. Defends democracy, civil liberties and human rights. Participated in numerous presidential and legislative elections. 4. New Party for Progress, then PP. Created in 2012, it asserts itself as a center-right alternative. Led by Gaga Heyman Aji, former minister under Biya. Proposes economic reforms and decentralization of power. 5. Democratic Union of Cameroon, UDC. Founded in 1991, it is one of the oldest opposition parties. Represents the interest of the populations of the North and the Far North. Advocates democratization and the fight against poverty. These main opposition parties, although marginalized in the face of the domination of the CPDM ruling party, constitute critical voices of the Biya regime and relay the demands of the different regions and communities of the country.